Welcome back to the Create Happy Now podcast. We are on the 4th episode of Launch Day. In the previous episode, episode 3, Burge Smith Lyons explained what Bubble Talk is and how to reprogram it for life-changing results. In the last episode, I mentioned that my next guest was going to be Katia Rudnick, who designs incredible inspirational jewelry that not only is what I wore on the podcast cover, but also what held me accountable and helped me with the name Create Happy Now. Welcome to the Create Happy Now podcast, dedicated to helping you start your journey to discover true happiness. Join me, your host, Susan Blanton, weekly as we explore the transformation stories and words of wisdom from our Masters of Happiness with tips you can start applying today to create happy now. I have Katia Rudnick here with us, aka Katia. She is the owner, designer, creator of Katia Designs. She creates custom jewelry that is not only beautiful, but changing the lives of people who wear it, including me. Welcome, Katia. Can you tell the listeners a little more about you?
Hi, Susan. Well, first of all, it's really a pleasure to be part of this podcast. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I am super excited to share about Katia Designs with your listeners. I have been in creative world for quite a while. However, this idea of Katia Designs jewelry came to me about 2 years ago. I really was inspired by messages that I wanted to send out there to enhance women's lives and somehow touch them in a personal way. Using my creativity and ability, this sort of just came into my life. So what I do is I actually create each single pendant myself, and I put an image in the front, and then I put a message on the back. And each message is inspired by really different people and quotes and moments that I pull out from everywhere. And what I do is I make those custom stamps, and like the message on your panda that says she believed she could, so she did. One of my favorites. However, there's so many that are great. I own my peace, grateful, free spirit, blessed, guided, love. My God, there's so many. And what happens is I continuously add them as I just go through my everyday. I have a special notebook where I might just have a conversation with someone, and something just sticks out for me, and I put it down. And then every few weeks, I create some new messages. And then the process of actual Katia Designs jewelry is quite interesting. And it's also, since we're going through this COVID situation, it has shifted, but the idea is still the same. So when I used to do my events, I would have all the different necklaces hanging. And then when my beautiful ladies approach my table, they could be a little bit overwhelmed because there's just so many different looks and colors and stones.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so
I love looking at all of
remember
them.
that?
It's hard to make a decision.
It's hard to make a decision. Yeah, it can be a little bit overwhelming. And so my typical suggestion would be, don't look at anything else, but just look at the pendants, look at the messages, and just quiet your mind and just read the messages. And once you find that message that moves you, it somehow makes you feel something. It could be something that makes you grateful for what you have, or it could be something that makes you strive for something in your life.
Just
It's
speaks to
emotional.
you.
It
Yeah, it
speaks to
speaks
you.
to you.
It smiles at you. It's something. There's a connection where you would want to wear it, not just because it's a pretty accessory, but there's a message that is close to your heart that evokes an emotion. And so once you find that pendant, then we can have fun with it, and we can put it on a necklace of your choice with a stone of your choice. And for some of your listeners, some of them might know and some of them might not know. Besides that fun aspect of personalized message, on each of the necklace. It also comes with a really cool idea that I have invented. It's actually being patented at the moment, where you can wear one necklace so many different ways. And it's a little bit hard to describe over the radio. Definitely easier to see either on my social media or in person. Each necklace comes with a double-sided magnetic clasp that, first of all, is super fast and super easy to put on. And also, you can wear that necklace with a pendant on the top as a choker one day, and then a stone on the top, or both at the same length.
It's so
Uh,
versatile, and depending on what you're wearing, you can adjust it so that it hits, your neck a certain way or your
yes,
outfit a certain way, and you can just up and down, or the pendant's lower than the other, you can switch it around, and I love the clasp. I mean, I think it's ingenious,
thank
because
you.
it just, I always, one of the things I don't like about wearing jewelry is just having to put it on, take it off, put it on, take it off.
Yeah,
And yours is like on, off. Like
yeah.
there's no issue. Nobody has to help you. you know.
Nobody has to help you. It's super quick. It's the quickest piece of jewelry or necklace that you can put on. And the other beneficial factor in it is that I often describe it as its style is an earthy glam.
Yes,
And
it is.
the reason for that is my pendants, I make them look like they're really old. I actually put patina on them, and I make them look sort of like aged, where they look like they've been dug up in some treasure island. And then
Yeah.
when you pair it with a stone and a shiny necklace, it somehow will work with t-shirt, and it will work with a dress. It will work with anything.
It goes with everything. I mean, I'm just starting my collection, and I've got a necklace and a bracelet. I mean, every time I go to one of the events where you're at, I'm like, gotta get one. so
Yeah,
so tell us, Katia, what would you say is your secret sauce for helping any listener out there start their journey to mastering happiness and living a life with abundance, ease, and grace?
obviously there's so many. I have been on my self-development spiritual journey for a couple of years now. Simultaneously started my business, so it goes hand in hand for me. Uh, some of the major things that worked for me, especially in the beginning. One is every day I would choose to do something, and it could be really, really tiny thing, or it could be something major. It could be me looking for inspiration. It could be like, it doesn't, it's not really about how big or small, but actually doing little something. Somehow it turns, well, it actually falls into the second secret sauce, which is consistency. Anything you do, if you create a habit, if you do it over and over, and if it's with anything, it's your work, it's your exercising, it's your relationship. If you're doing it over and over and you're consistent with it, you cannot fail. You will only get better and better and better. And
Absolutely.
you concentrate on your own shit. Sorry, is that an okay word to use?
It's okay.
I did not ask you ahead of time if we have a certain
It's all right.
rules. My most popular message that I created somewhere right before holiday season started last year, and to this day it has been on the top, number one, and that is, remember who the F you are.
I love
And
it.
it's like women, when they see that, they're like, I have to have it. I have to have it. And it's a message that the way this necklace is designed is that the message is actually facing inside. So you wear it, people don't know, it might
What
have a
it says,
beautiful
but you
heart,
do.
or on the outside it could be a butterfly, or pretty mandala, but then inside it's that message that is facing you, that is a reminder, that is such a major reminder, to be authentic and to remember who you are.
That's so
So
true. And, because you mentioned that it's kind of like a secret for yourself that it's there. It's pounding on your heart. It's sitting there. You
yeah,
feel it on you. What mine says, she believed she could, and so she did,
yeah,
has been something that held me accountable. And then the now one on my bracelet is like, it's time to do it now. Now. Like, don't wait anymore. Do it now. That's why I said create happy now. Learn
yeah,
how to be happy now.
yeah,
And so when I started this podcast, I'm like, Katia has got to be on the show because it has a lot to do with her jewelry and that inspiration that it gave me. And so I just want to thank you. And while we're talking about that, tell us how the listeners, where to go and how to find and what they're going to get for listening today.
absolutely. The best way to find me is through social media, because everything is one of a kind and I make each piece myself. So it's a little bit, I do have a website, katiadesigns.com. However, I would suggest you go directly to my Instagram at Katia Designs, or you can go to Facebook at Katia Designs Shop. The way you go about it is just look through images and pictures and videos. And if you see that piece, that then you take a
Yeah.
screenshot of it and you message me. Another great piece of news is that I would love to offer a little special to your listeners. If you like something on my social media, please message me directly and mention this podcast, and I am going to give you 10% off plus free shipping. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask anything. I can customize anything. So if you see a pendant and it's really, really, really smiling at you, but then you say, you know what, right now it's on a black necklace, but I really want it on a blue one with this gorgeous crystal quartz, or maybe pink quartz, or an amethyst, or anything could be your favorite stone. You message me and I put it together. So then you have your own one of a kind piece.
Well, that's what I love about it too, because you have made it for you, your preferences, your love, you're flexible with that, and it's just like nothing else I have seen. So you guys got to check her out. So thank you so much, Katia, for coming on the show with us today. I look forward to you coming back on the show really soon, and we'll dive even deeper. So
Thank you so much. It was awesome.
thanks for listening to episode 4 of the Create Happy Now podcast. If you like this episode, please subscribe, rank, and review, and you can get a free meditation by yours truly by clicking the link in the episode description as my thanks to you. On the next episode, you will meet Vaughn Piero. When I met Vaughn, I knew I wanted to work with her and have her involved with my retreats and had to have her on the podcast. Vaughn is a healer and a breathwork specialist, and today we will talk about how breathwork is like meditation on steroids.